Hello everyone, it's Moonkin FTW and welcome back to another episode of the RCT3 challenge. In this episode we are going to use the extended coaster because we're going alphabetically down the list, and the extended coaster is probably the most advanced coaster in the entire game, has the most options, so I'm gonna try and use that to my advantage by making some really cool inversions like those dive loops you see there. So yeah, like I said, in this particular episode, I'm just going to try and focus on using some inversions that the other roller coaster types don't have. So those dive loops and those medium zero G rolls. It's got to be kind of fast, kind of whippy. It resembles an Intimate Blitz a little bit, but maybe not that much. But all in all, I think it's a great layout. It's quick, it's fast, it it flows quite nicely, and I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. It's very compact, very punchy, very fast paced and everything. But there are going to be some changes, just a little bit here and there. But generally speaking, the layout is quite nice. So from here on, what we're going to do is we're going to open the grid section so I can see all the blocks. And I'm going to use some pre-made custom support designs. And we're just going to copy paste that over and over again. That's the great thing about this particular way of building roller coasters, I guess, is that I'm able to use some of these pre-saved designs that I've made before, and I'm going to copy paste them all over. I mean, it took a bit of time to invest and to build these, but as soon as I built them and I had everything, I'm able to now copy paste them over and over again for a whole bunch of designs. And you can just see how much time this would save me, because the add-on or the mod in question that I'm using, and you can see some individual pieces here, is from Moby Steel Jungle. And Moby Steel Jungle is a very advanced, very complex, very diverse add-on when it comes to building supports, but it can soak up just a ridiculous amount of time if you would just build all these pieces individually. So I really try to reduce that with these pre-made supports, and it helps me just an absolute ton, as you'll see, because now I'm going to place inversions or supports for the inversion for the Cobra roll, and as you can see, boom, there you go, it's done. It literally took me less than a minute as opposed to placing all those individual pieces. So because of those pre-made designs, the majority of the roller coaster is already done in terms of supports, but there are always a few exceptions that don't quite fit. For instance, the T supports here, I'm going to have to adjust them a little bit for the dive loops. The diagonal supports that don't quite fit, and I had to, save, I guess, or realign or something like that. And there are some few supports that I'm going to make here, including this one, that I'm just going to save and then copy paste over and over again. So this might not have fit a previous situation, but it's going to fit this one. So like I said, it's a bit of trying things out, and okay, I've built a new pre-made support design, okay, I can save this and hopefully use it the next time. And then just going down the list, and the more and more you build, the more and more you're able to save, and then you can add to your pre-made support library. So we're just going to finish up the last couple of supports here. I didn't want to spend too much time on this because, again, just like all the other designs, unless I have a really cool and unique idea, something I haven't done before, I don't want to sink a whole lot of time into these designs. Doesn't mean I don't want them to look nice, because you can see I'm using Moby Steel Jungle and some custom supports and this and that. I just don't want them to take a ridiculous amount of time, because this coaster challenge is building a coaster with every single coaster type in the game from Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. And Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 has a lot of them, so I don't want to be here until years and years later. So we're just going to keep going down the line of all these supports and making sure everything is well supported, I guess. It's a good way to call it. And we're just going to keep on going. So here we're going to place the footers. I think pretty much all the supports are done. I'm just going to make sure all the supports have footers. And making sure that is all looking nicely. I'm placing a final support here for the Cobra roll. And then I'm also going to add some side supports here for these bank turns. I think that's realistic. I mean, it would be very realistic if they have just one singular vertical beam. That's just not realistic. So we're just going to go over the entire roller coaster and see if there's any support beams that don't touch the track, so to say. Luckily they do. So now I'm going to move on to the catwalk. The catwalk's going to be very simple because it's a very steep and short catwalk. And then, of course, a catwalk for the final brake run. Boom, I'm going to copy paste my pre-made station design. Again, there's another way of saving some time. And from here on out, we can build the pathing, build the queue. Sometimes I use Beastie's path mods. Sometimes I don't. For this one, it's okay. This one I'm not going to try and use that. The main focus for this design is pretty much the layout and the inversions and the transitions, if you will. So I'm just going to add, I am going to add a little bit of foliage. again, also around the roller coaster to make sure that the map is not super empty. But yeah, other than that, we are almost done with our design. I think it looks quite nice. And yeah, it's kind of uses what the extended coaster is good for. You know, you got a very steep chain lift. You got fast transitions. You got unique inversions like those 0G rolls and dive loop and everything. So I like the color scheme too. Red with white supports. To me personally, I think it always looks very nice. But you guys can be the judge of that. So yeah, I am genuinely happy with the way this turned out. It's not too advanced, but again, this extended coaster is one that I've used many times before, so I didn't really feel like using it that much. So let's go ahead and ride this. I'm gonna go up the chain lift, nice and steep. Here we go, into a 90-degree drop and into a 90-degree bank turn. Fast paced into a nice little airtime hill here. Yeah, that should be good, the airtime. Into that dive loop here, and another dive loop which is diagonal. And another dive loop. I really like this element, it's really cool. I wish more coasters had this in RCT3. Another bank turn. Nice little airtime hill here. Into our Cobra roll. And then into a 0G roll. Very nice, love the pacing. Into a final 0G roll. Look at that. That's very RMC-esque, you know, quick turns and then 0G rolls. There we go. Few small bunny hops with the small airtime hills, I guess, into the brake run. Nice. That's a nice, quick, fast-paced coaster. Genuinely happy how it turned out. And yeah, that is challenge number 10 in the pocket. And we'll be back soon with episode 11. But until then, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you guys like this creation. And have yourself a wonderful day.